Hey, we're here with Brunch with Brian this morning. And today I want to look at your career from a little bit different perspective. Okay. So let's actually look today at the 6 steps to financial freedom. And as if we were looking at your chances for success as a outside person. Okay. So where do you line up on these key steps to financial freedom? Okay. So, number one, the 2 first things are sort of an emotional component, and that's desire and faith. And that really makes a huge difference in your ability to succeed in this business. Whether you have a desire, how strong your desire is, and how strong your faith is. So, Napoleon Hill talks about in Think and Grow Rich uh, that you desire all achievement begins with desire. Keep this constantly in mind. Just as a small fire creates a small amount of heat, a large fire creates a large amount of heat. That's basically, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a huge fire of desire. So sometimes when you focus, I love visualization, the number one technique to increase your desires. The great thing about looking at, your chances of success from the outside is that all these things are changeable. So desire and faith can actually be grown. So if you have like kind of like, well, gee, I'd sure like to make a bunch of money. It'd sure be nice to, maybe someday have more money. That's not like that burning desire that we want. And it's not about money. It's about some other things. So whatever your burning desire is about, that's what you want to focus on more, and then you want to make it real by visualizing your success. So focus on your desires. What do you really want? And maybe it's just quitting your job and having that kind of free time, having much more free time in your life. Maybe you really hate your job. That was a situation I was in. But maybe it's just that you want to have more money so you can pay for the kids' school, or do, whatever your burning desire is. Maybe you really want to go take everybody on great vacations. And so I want you to start thinking about what your burning desires are. And that's where you start. That's, what do you really want? And that's why I really encourage you having a bucket list and a vision board. I really believe in that stuff. So you can see where you're going. What do you want your future to look like? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do with your family? So it starts with desire and then faith. So if I'm looking at a new student, who's just starting out in real estate and they've never done anything in real estate before, I look, well, why do you want to do it? What's your burning desire? What's your goals? Not just money goals. Oh, I want to make $1 million. That's not that motivating, really. What do you want to make the $1 million for? That's what's motivating. So what's underlying? Why do you want to? What would you do with $1 million? Okay, so that's the key. It starts off with the desires and making those real, and really saying, I can achieve these desires if I focus and get on the right path, a path that leads to financial freedom. Most of us nobody ever showed us the path. Nobody ever said, okay, here's a way to make a bunch of money. And so we never really learned a way to make a bunch of money. But if we have that desire, we're out there searching. We're always looking. We're trying to figure out the way. And now, you found real estate, and real estate is the best industry for making, made more millionaires than any industry. But then it takes all this other part, not just desire. It starts with desire. Now let's get to the next part, is faith. So you got to have faith that you can do it. There's a lot of people that want a better life, but they just think, well, I'm never going to be able to figure out a way to make money. 19 out of 20 people don't get rich. So getting rich is the, unusual outcome. A lot of people want to make a lot of money, but they just never have a method. They get stuck in some regular job that, you're never going to make more than what your boss makes. Now that could be a great living. And you know what? I've got no knock against somebody who just wants to have a really nice living, and they have a good job, and they're happy with their job, and they're happy with their financial situation. That's great. But for those of us, me specifically, who was not happy with my financial situation, not happy with my life, I found real estate. I was always looking for something else. And I tried multi-level marketing. I did Shackley and Amway, and you say, oh, I could see I'm going to be a millionaire. But you realize, wow, what am I going to have to do to make money in that business? And how many hours am I going to have to put in and build these tiny incremental steps? And, or, in real estate, if you get set up right, if you can buy one house that's just a cash flowing buy and hold house and just hang on to it the rest of your life, that can be a game changer. Just buying one rental house, one rent to own house. So I mean, and that's going to make more of a financial impact on your life long term than a lot of other potential part-time pursuits for money. I have a brother-in-law who sells Tupperware on eBay. I don't know. I mean, he makes some money doing it. He makes like sometimes, $1,000 a month or more, it's a side income, but he's never going to get rich selling Tupperware on eBay. So again, if he's spending a lot of time doing that. So if you're spending your time focused on looking for great deals in real estate, and if you find one a month, and are able to close it, that's going to make you a ton of money, and you're going to make a lot of money long term. That's why I like these buy and hold deals, because I just think about this one house. I was looking through some old paperwork and I found the original flyer from when I bought this house, and it was advertised for $171,000. And we bought that house and we paid $162,000. I almost blew the deal because over like $1,000. He wanted like $162,500 and I wanted $161,000. Crazy. And now when I think about it, I mean, we still actually own that house. And we've gone through so many different buyers on that house, lease purchase tenant buyers, and just nobody's ever purchased it from us. And so we still have it. And it's worth about $550,000 right now. And we own it free and clear now because we've had it for so long. So that's an example of a property that is just one of those properties that I happened to stumble across the flyer from when I bought it. So it made me think about it. So that's the kind of thing that can happen with one property. So desire, and then faith that you can do it, faith that you have, faith in yourself, and faith in whatever system you're doing, faith in real estate. So you have to have faith, or what's going to happen. You're going to stop taking action. So you got to keep taking action. And we're getting to that. So I'm going to go through these 6 steps. So if I see someone who has a lot of desire, they have very clear desires, like what they want to do with this money, and it's clearly something really important to them. And then they have a lot of faith that they can do it. And I say, well, are you confident? Oh, I'm really confident. I know I can do this. So sometimes I look at, exact traits, like do they have good communication skills? But see, communication skills are something you can learn. Everything in real estate is something you can learn. So if you have the desire and you have the faith, you can do it. You can learn everything else. You can get really, even if you're terrible on the phone when you're at the start, you could be great on the phone in about a week. Less, really, if you just read over and role play all the great scripts, because scripts is the key. If you know exactly what to say, you're as good as someone who's been in this for 20 years. The key is that you just bring your personality and your competence and confidence to it. Okay, so desire and faith is where it starts. Then we get to our success trinity, and that's your goals and your plans and your schedule. So how clearly right now do you have your goals worked out? Are they all written out? Do you have pictures of them? Is it not just money and deal goals, but it's also money? So I want to go on this great vacation. So it's like bucket list items as well, not just money goals. And then plans. How clear are your plans? And are you good at making smart adjustments? Maybe you've tried to do real estate in the past and it didn't work out and you quit for a few years. Well, that's because the plan didn't work. Your plan didn't work. It's not you. Your plan didn't work, or you weren't working your plan. So that's what's going to happen now, is you're going to make a really good plan and work that plan. And then schedule. And if you don't have a worked out schedule on the wall, posted somewhere where like if I went up to you and said, what's your schedule right now? And you said, oh, I work from Monday from 6 to 8, then I work Wednesday from 6 to 7, Then I work Thursday from noon to 1. Then I like to make calls on Friday to set up my Saturday. So I work 5 to 6 on Friday. And then I always go out there on Saturday. So I'm out there like 10 to 1 on Saturdays. So if somebody just rattles that off and I go, whoa, okay, you know your schedule. So are you sticking to that schedule? And if you are sticking to a schedule that, demands at least 4 hours a week, maybe as many as 10 hours a week, or, if you're retired and you got a lot of time, you could put in more time at this and just go faster. So again, maybe 20 hours a week, who knows, but at least 4 hours a week. So if you have a written out schedule that and that's what I'm supposed to work, and you're really sticking to it, that's really the key. Remember, all of this, once you get the training, then all this works. If you don't have a path, if you don't have a training path that's going to result in cash and money and profits, then this won't work. But when you get into the right real estate opportunity, then this will work. You start with your desire, you have faith, desire, you want to make a better life, you have your faith that you can do it, you create clear goals, you visualize your goals, you feel them happening to you, you project, you manifest that future, you make very clear plans and constantly adjusting your plan, and then you stick to your schedule. All that, those 5 things combined means you're taking action. So I always call step number 6 just taking action. So if I'm looking at a brand new person who's just getting into real estate, that's kind of how I look. And are they going to be successful? That's my chart, my little checklist. Do they have strong desires? Do they really want this? What do they really want? And are they thinking about it and keeping it forefront in their mind? Or are they kind of drifting away and thinking about other stuff? Or are they focused on those desires and achieving those desires? Do they have the faith that they can do it? Or do they have a little bit of confidence? I can build confidence if you can start with just a little bit. And even if you're very fearful, I can turn that around. It's just a matter of role playing and getting over yourself. And I have a lot of techniques. I have a whole session that I teach on overcoming fear, the best techniques to overcome fear. Okay, so then you get to your goals and your plans and your schedule, your success trinity. When that happens, then I know you're taking action, you're going to have success. So that's a great breakdown. Okay. Hey, Lacey. Hey, you caught me live. Good job. Oh, look what a pretty picture you have up, Lacey. And Tony, you gave me a long message today. Taking action. Oh, you watched a bunch of Brunch with Brian's and Wolf Bites. Wow. Hey, guys. The subordination closing call script is in the big blue manual. Tony's asking about blended funding. That's a really good question, guys. When you have a deal where a seller wants a big non-refundable, wants a big deposit, so you're trying to buy a house, let's say the house is worth $200,000 and they're willing to give it to you with monthly payments, seller financing, but they want $50,000 or $100,000 down. So on the right kind of property, what we'll do is a subordination where we'll do what we call blended funding. We'll actually get that 50 or 100,000 from another lender, and then the seller will carry back a second mortgage. So stay tuned on that one, guys. Read it. It's in the blue closing call seller manual. It's in the blue seller's manual. It's under closing calls for a pretty house creative financing seller. So it's the very first section in that book. Under closing calls, under the calls section, you'll find that call. So that's a great question. And that's a very helpful tip because we couldn't used to do those deals before. Hey, Lee, have a great day. So everybody have an awesome day today. Go out there and take some action. Look at where you could use some bolstering on those 6 items. Do you have strong desires? Are you using visualization to keep them strong? Do you have strong faith? Do you use affirmations? I didn't say that. Guys, use affirmations. I am a real estate winner. That's a great affirmation. Keep saying that, and that'll build up your faith in yourself. And then do you have your goals worked out and written out, and not just money goals? Then do you have plans written out? Do you have your schedule written out? And then if you have all those things, then I know your chances for success are astronomically good. So if you're doing all the right things, following all the right steps, scripts, and schedule, then I know you're going to have success. So I follow the steps for success. Let's say that one for today. That'll be our affirmation. I follow the steps for success. Ready? 3 times on 3. I follow the steps for success. 1, 2, 3. I follow the steps for success. I follow the steps for success. I follow the steps for success. Yes. All right, so let's take a deep breath in. I'm really running longer lately, guys. I'm training a lot. Another deep breath in. I love your comments, guys. Caleb is chiming in. Awesome. One more deep breath in. Big smile. Always start your day with a smile. When you let it out, relax yourself. Awesome. All right, we're going to have an awesome day today. Apply those items that we talked about today and, strengthen yourself in whatever area you feel like you need a little bit more help in. And you can always reach out to me, guys. You can always send me an email or a text. So I will talk to you soon. Until then, keep expecting success, getting awesome training, and of course, taking action.